Rising bankruptcy rates indicates economic recession ahead. Let's look at the charts. Hello, this is Charts GPT Today. You know, there's a recent report out here from Bloomberg that bankruptcy rates, at least the filings, are starting to rise, and they're starting to rise quite significantly. Let's see what it looks like in terms of other indicators to see whether or not this is indicating what the future economic situation is going to be in the U.S. And of course that will reverberate around the world. Here we have a chart here where it shows the credit spreads, where the spreads against the U.S. Treasury versus corporate bonds, whether it be AAA, A, BB, or some of the other quality of credit. Well, we can see in this chart here that bankruptcy filings are starting to rise significantly, about halfway up what it was in the 2008-2009 recession, kind of ex-COVID. COVID was always this kind of a special situation, and you can see that the bankruptcy rates are kind of have risen quite significantly there, and where the credit spreads have just pretty much stayed flat for the moment. And you can see normally those spreads would indicate potential recession ahead, even though they haven't yet. So that correlation probably is yet to pan out. We can also see this in the bankruptcy rates. Unemployment claims are starting to rise a little bit here, but you can see that typically if in fact those spreads start to rise, you'll see the unemployment figures. So this is kind of the front end. These are kind of early indicators that we may have in fact a recession ahead. And then if we look at the actual net charge-off rates, obviously there's the non-performing loans versus the bankruptcy rates. We can see that as bankruptcy rates, and normally those charge-off rates start to rise, which is going to indicate financial stress in the banking system. Of course, that's already under a situation where the rising rates have caused stress already in the banking system. So this is kind of a leading indicator that something might be brewing here towards the back end of 2024. Taking a look at a long-term view of the spread, these are AAA corporates versus the U.S. Treasury bonds. You can see that every time we had a major recession, including COVID and going back to 2009, even all the way back to the Great Depression, you can see those spreads start to blow out, and they're just pretty much even midland here. But we'll have to watch this to see whether or not these spreads will continue to widen out as risk becomes greater because of these bankruptcies. So that's an interesting thing we need to watch. If you look at the financial stress right now, the Fed is seeing no financial stress. So will this in fact start showing some indicators? You can see the very tail end of that. You can see there's a little blip. That was the SBV scare there. So this could come back and haunt us here over the next 6 months. So kind of a predicting of the future, we could see that if the bankruptcy rates continue to rise, we could see financial stress come back into the system. Take a look at the blog post in the description box. You can take an online poll and see which the dissertation from AI, what the credit spreads might mean, and along with the bankruptcy filings, and take our online poll to see whether you think the recession is coming or not. Don't forget to subscribe.